We're back off the holidays. Had a lovely time. Took the kids down to Paynton. Had a week down there with the missus and the kids. Had a lovely time, but we're back to it now. That field there and this one over here, they are the overwinter stubbles, and we're allowed to spray them now. So Farmer's going to be getting his. He had to go back to wide tyres over the last week because apparently they had a big chunk of wet weather, and they had to go back to the big tyres to do a bit of spraying. So this one's just had a dose of P&K on there, and these oat fields are looking really well. Really, I think Farmer's going to have to slow them up a bit with a bit of growth regulator on there, because they are just, you know, things are growing like mad. In a week, the grass is just, things are growing. It's warm and moist, and there's plenty of water about, so things are growing fast. Still, Farmer tells me, still way too wet to even think about mowing yet. So I think we're by the end of the week, Keithy may have his mowers on. Got the John Deere man waiting for us at home. I don't know what that's all about. Farmer's going to be spraying off those set-aside ones because they're full of black grass and full of volunteers. So we're hoping to get a good, he's hoping to get some spraying done. I think we've got a few more cows to let out. I think they've taken another group out. Keithy's over at one of the other farms fertilising. Last dose, I imagine, going on there. So these are just the last young ones to do. Cole came and dehorned them, did he, Charlie? So you did that last week? And how many are in here then?
There was 7 cows, 8 calves with a set twins. And
then there's 3 in that paddock in there.
And the youngest ones that will go down wherever they're just eating the grass.
Sweet. And once these are out, that's everything out then, is it? Yeah, sweet. Yeah. Me and Charlie we're just getting the last few stragglers out. Obviously they dehorned everything last week. Cole came down and dehorned the last group. So there's 3 in a little paddock up there, and there's about there's 3 in the box with calves, and then I think there's 6 or 7 left to take out. So we're going to try and get these lot all out and done and dusted with today. So they let one of the big groups out with Dave's lot. Dave is that he's the stabilizer, so his lot has already gone out. So we'll see them in a minute. We'll take these down to them, and we'll just stock up the last group there with that Red Angus. He'll have some cows and calves to it just evens the groups out a little bit. All right, girls. Loads of grass for them, isn't there, Charlie? Right, so while we've been on holiday, Charlie and the farmer and Keithy, they've got this other group out. This is Dave's group, so they were in the yard last time we saw them. But these are the Otmore fields. The old man's over there, I can see him in the corner. He comes down to check the cattle. We've wrote down the numbers, the calf numbers, and there's just a few more back at home that we're going to take out to the other bunches, aren't we, Charlie?
Yeah.
So that should be it done. I can't see Dave, can you see him?
Yeah,
he'll be in there somewhere.
He sticks out like a sore thumb.
Where is he?
Can you see that? He's just there. Looking
I
between
see
the
him,
two
yeah.
cows,
he's like, yes.
Yesterday he got
here.
left behind and he walked in the field and he was puffing. I thought he was going to pass out.
Oh, Dave needs to lose a few pounds.
Yeah, they all left him, and then the old man literally had to chase him across Woodstocks.
So when did you let these lot out? Yesterday?
Yeah.
So they've only just been let out. Oh, sweet. Charlie, you've got to give it to me there. That was some mental reversing. That was some good reversing. Come on.
I could have done better. It's stuck.
Whoa. Yeah. It's sloppy in the gateway, isn't it? Whoa, 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 whoa. Go play. Yeah, good job we didn't drive up though, innit? Sloppy.
Right, now if you could all stay here, that would be great.
Yeah, that worked pretty nice, didn't it?
When I saw them there, I was walking down, I started shouting at them, and then they were like, huh? And they got up, and then they saw, then one of them in the trailer started shouting. I was like, thank you.
Go up, good. Whoa, 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 what are you doing? Steady. That's it, last one's Charlie. Right, there we go. Finally, the last 3 are out. That's it, everything's out now, isn't it, Charlie? Mm-hmm. We're, as you can see, this is actually, when we were down here letting cows out the other day, it's actually wetter here now than it was the other day. But it's meant to be dry for the rest of the week, so hopefully, fingers crossed, everything can stay where it wants to be and everything can stay out. But this little group here, these are the ones we've let out today. They've got 3 fields to go out, and there's a big group of cows up there somewhere. They'll go and find them. But it is nice to have them all out, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Stop enjoying that. Come on now. Do you want a scraper?
No, I've done majority of it. It's nice. It's really heavy as well.
Yeah.
I'm scared I'm gonna slip.
Oh, if you slip. Oh, if you slip, that'll be... Oh. I shouldn't say it. Whoa! Mm-hmm. Did you see that? Oh, and he brought a stick then. Thick bit's horrible. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Liquid gold, that is, Charlie. Liquid gold. All finished now? All finished?
Yeah.
That it? Everything? Done?
Do we go silage?
Is it? Oh yeah, and then a bit more on the side. You alright?
Hey?
You alright?
Yeah.
Good?
Good already?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sunburnt?
Yeah, I got some bits of mer. It's alright. It's good.
Good.
It's nice. Alright, mister. How'd you get on?
Yeah, alright, man.
Got a load of bits and pieces?
Yeah, got me,
We get hooked. The old boy's got to still come and do this, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He ain't been back yet, has he?
No, he just came back last Friday and
Oh. Right, we're just taking the gates down. All the cows are finally out and we are very glad about that. The cows will be glad about that. Charlie and Keithy have been busy in the sheds getting all the gates down. We've got some more gates to get down in this shed. But yeah, when the headlands are dry enough we can start getting this muck out. We've got a little bit of work to do with some old silage that we got to get ready for muck. Basically it's no good, so it's going to go as muck. It will get spread back out on the field. First job of the day, me and Charlie are doing gates and I pulled my back and it's excruciating. Ah my god, not a good start to the week. Now that cows are all out, we can crack on with some jobs. But I think farmer's got a pretty big list of jobs that we've got to do before we can start working on here. But all these barriers will end up coming down. We'll be in with the loader, we'll get the muck out as soon as we can get around the headlands of the fields and start making some muck heaps in the field. Still a bit damp for that, but as soon as we can do that, we'll yeah, all the barriers come down, we'll get them put away, get the muck out, and then it sort of turns into a summer yard then, and we can start bringing all the machines back. The machines will sit in the yard. Got to get that box washed out, got to get the little box washed out. They have to stay clean. As soon as you're finished with cattle, you've got to wash them out. It's part of the red tractor assurance stuff, so the old man likes doing that, believe it or not. Keith and Charlie's made a start. They got all the barriers down, they got the creeps down, just got this pen to do, we've got the pen around the back to do, so there's lots of work there. We've got silage coming up. We need to get that grass down the bottom cut really by the end of the week. I would have thought might be seeing a bit of silage soon. Farmer's had a man from I don't know where he's from actually, but apparently this concrete can come under some sort of scheme, so he's just looking at options for that. So we might get this pad here done in one go, and that might happen quite soon, or I don't know. We're just looking at options for that, but we want to have this whole bit concreted if we can. All this bit looks pretty good. We're definitely going to do this section before harvest is the plan, hopefully. Lots of jobs to do. I've just pulled my back. That's pretty painful. Farmer got Keithy's 8S in this morning, took the pipe off, took all the brackets off, and yeah, we had some conversations with Agco on this because we're a bit fed up with some stuff on it. So hopefully it's going to be done. Apparently there's some software updates for the gearbox because the gearbox is terrible, and there are some apparently fixes for the brakes, which are very, well, in our eyes they're pretty dangerous. But yeah, we've had to go above Chandler's and go straight to Agco because yeah, nothing's being done, we feel. So yeah, a bit of a shame on that one. Me and Charlie are over at Peter's farm just clearing up the rest of this straw. She's took my tractor because it's so big and strong. A couple of layers left in that shed, then we'll top up with some hay that we got to bring back anyway, so Charlie will come back for the next load. But she don't look right on that tractor, and big loads like that. She's too little. There goes load number 2. Still got some backup hay here for if Linda runs out at the farm. Keithy's got the mowers on. These were brand new to us last year. Alright. See what he's doing. What are we doing?
Got to change the oil. Take all these pads off.
Oh, right. Not as easy as the other one then. Will you put new blades on as well, Keithy?
What?
Will you put new blades on as well?
Yeah, if I get time.
Yeah. You got to take them all off, them skids?
No, only this one.
Only that one?
Running blow.
Oh yeah.
That one, that one on top of it.
And how much oil's in there? Not a great deal of oil in there, is there?
3.5 litres.
That's it. We didn't change it last year, did we?
No, new last year.
Yeah. You don't do anything to the conditioners, do you?
No, only the gearboxes.
Just a gearbox.
Gearbox oil, gearbox on here, one on the inside, one on this side, one on the top.
Oh yeah. On the side here, yeah? Yeah. So you got to change the oil in there.
On the back, I think there's about 3 or 4 gearboxes.
Is it? On the front there's 2 gearboxes, there's 1 gearbox here, 1 at the end, so Keithy will replace the oil in there. Everything will get looked over, everything will get greased. He reckons there's a few different gearboxes on here. Same with the rear of the bed. This bed, the bed in the, there's oil in the bed, and we specifically asked for that because I think Kuhn do 2 different types of, when we say bed, it's the cutting bed. And I think Kuhn do, they do a dry bed and they do oil immersed bed. Well, I think that's very similar to the bed that we had on the last mowers, and we just prefer to change the oils. We didn't like the sound of a dry bed, if you know what I mean. So that's why we made sure there'll be a gearbox here. This will have oil in it. I imagine Keithy will be going through this. He'll change all the blades, and yeah, this is a really sweet setup, really nice setup. It looks the business on there, but yeah, I can't wait to see it going. We found out, didn't we, last year that you've got these guide chains. Basically they're a guide to how high you carry it, isn't it? Okay. And they ran 2 brackets up here.
Yeah.
But whoever doesn't know the machine always tries to put this down on the floor with the hydraulics, which pulls on the change and then snaps the chain. Yeah.
Well, if I let it down, it just snaps, rips the bolts out of the end.
Yep. We had 1 bolt welded in there, didn't we?
Yeah.
Even the dealer came and yeah, just didn't know, did they? But it runs on a spool, doesn't it, this? Putting it up and down.
Once you set them, you leave them alone. You set them to a 70, I can't remember what it is, 72 inches.
Yep.
And then just use that spool to pick up and down.
Yep. We're just in the tractor with this Sveaverken monitor. I'm in the process of doing some updates. I've got man live here and he's walking me through the process. Apparently our software was quite out of date. Apparently they send you the updates over the air. So the man will push the at the moment it says it's already updated, but in a moment you'll see. One of my biggest complaints was there was a few bugs in here, and apparently they've been working behind the scenes to iron a few of them out, so it's going to be nice to see what they've done. Here we go, look. Confirm. And you have to be connected to Wi-Fi, so we're right next to the house, so we're connected to the old man's Wi-Fi at the moment. So we'll get this upgraded and see how it performs over the next few weeks. I'm quite excited to see what it does. Hopefully it doesn't lose all my boundaries that I've made, but if it does, it does. Upgraded now is the latest version. Confirm. Have to read all the mumbo jumbo. Took a little while, but yeah, anybody who's got this system, I would definitely encourage just to get in contact with your dealer or anybody who's at Sveaverken. Gone through three or four different updates. So we've updated the app, we've updated the steering wheel motor, we've updated the sensor, the ECU and the IMU. So there was a few updates to do on that. So we until we get back on the field and do some testing with it, hopefully they reckon the system's a lot more stable. So we'll see. We'll use it for a bit and we'll see how we get on. There was definitely some improvements to be made, so we'll see how it goes. Just some time to see how this tool works. have you done any yet?
Well, this knife, yeah.
Does it work alright?
Yeah, you've got to get in the right place then.
Oh, I see, it bends it down. Oh yeah. And some of them you can use, all of them you can use twice?
Yeah, double edge.
Oh sweet, so you just...
As long as they're going around the right rotation.
Just turn it upside down?
Yeah.
Oh sweet.
Some are knackered, I've already done them once.
Yeah. So some you replace, some you just turn over, yeah?
Yeah, should do the whole lot really. We've got enough place.
Alright.
You thinking that's about alright there?
Yeah, it looks alright, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll see how far the thing is.
That's it. That all folded up, is it? You can go up a little bit if you want. You've got some room. You can keep going if you want. It'll be high enough, yeah. But you ain't gonna touch nothing. You might as well.
I was worried about that.
Yeah.
I've just got to tighten up my arms.
Your stabilisers, yeah. That's tight, man, isn't it? Hey, that got her. Lovely job. You know what Darren will say?
Yes,
What?
we're getting there.
What? Bit of lubrication, Charlie. These are the overwinter stubber fields that we have over at Jim's. As you can see, this is a blackgrass plant and it's just gone into flower. And if we don't spray this, well, we weren't sure when we could spray this off because obviously you've got a lot of volunteer wheat in there and you've got a hell of a lot of blackgrass across the whole of this field. Quite worrying actually. We weren't sure when you could spray this off, so farmer did some checking. It's okay to spray it off now. I don't think you can do anything cultivation wise until a little bit later on in the year, but you are able to come and spray off the weeds and the volunteers, so you get a good kill on those. You do not want this going to seed and then dropping all its seeds, and then you have a heck of a problem for next year. So that's what we were most worried about. This is the problem plant, the blackgrass plant everyone hates. Just seems to be everywhere and seems to be, it will just take over. yield robber, and all the rest of it. Problem plant for us, this. The biggest problem plant for us, probably in the UK, I would imagine. So farmer's going to be here today. He's going to glyphosate everything off. The cheapest, most economical way of killing plants. That'll be a good job done. Obviously later on in the year we'll come and cultivate them before I imagine winter wheat going in there again next year. There's 3 fields like that here that farmer's going to do. He's also going to go across to those oats that are doing really well, look really nice. But what we're worried about, if they get too tall later on in the year, they can be a problem with them. If you catch a windstorm or a good storm or a rainstorm, it'll actually blow them over, and that's a bigger problem than them being too tall. So what we put on, farmer puts on a growth regulator, which just slows them down a bit, stops them getting too tall. But you've got to be a bit careful with that due to the fact that we've seen it take yield away. If you put too much growth regulator on, so farmer he tries to limit the amount of product going on to those, just so it does its job but doesn't rob your yield as well. So yeah, fine balance, that one. So that's what farmer's at today. He's got a lot of spraying going on, and yeah, we've got a lot of jobs coming up. Keithy's off mowing. I've got the farmer's spray here, so I'm going to put that in the lockup. Keithy is off mowing. There's a man up the road who's got a few sheep. He can't get them onto the fields because the grass is too long, so we're going to go and help him out with that first before we start our fields tomorrow. So Keithy will be away all day today. We'll have some silage coming back tomorrow, I imagine. Young Charlie's coming to finish off this track. She's got the mower on. We serviced that yesterday. We got the shafts stuck together. That machine's constantly in and out with the shaft, so you've got to keep that thing lubricated with grease and oil, just so it doesn't seize up. But where it was left over winter, it was sort of stuck in there, so we pulled it apart with a bit of string, and we got it all lubricated and got it all sorted, so it's good to go again. She greased the machine up yesterday, so she's going to come along here and she can get the it's a brilliant bit of kit actually. You can get right down the banks with it. It looks it just looks a picture afterwards. We try and wherever we farm, we try and keep it, you know, it's little things, isn't it, you know, just keep it looking tidy. So that's what we're doing. Charlie's going to be doing that today. She's going to be running down, just tidying up the bits that we need to be tidied. I've got some odds and sods jobs to do today before we get busy. Just maintenance jobs up at Peter's farm. We're going to go and top that, make sure his runway's nice and level. We're going to go and roll it. I've got a couple of small paddocks up that way to do as well. So fiddly jobs, shouldn't take all day. And then later on we've got a trailer that just needs a little look at. We need to start greasing up trailers and blowing tyres up, because if we're starting to haul silage back tomorrow, yeah, little just maintenance jobs. We are getting down it now. Still got some straw left. That's some nice straw, so that'll keep around for another year if it has to. This is lay hay this side. Got some big bales. We've got some Timothy the other end, but we're starting to get down it, and we'll soon, within a few weeks, we'll be filling it back up again. Meadow hay's just getting towards the end of that, but we've got some spare meadow hay at another farm if we need it, which I think we will. Keithy was out the back testing his mowers, so he's mowed that one down. Quite a bit of grass out there actually, considering you know, it's not one of our these are just the bull paddocks. We use these in the summer, but we'll always take a crop of silage off first. But Keithy wanted to get his mower set up, so he's making sure they're both cutting level and stuff like that. Linda's on hay deliveries. These are our last round bales, and once they're gone, that's all we got left of round bales. They do sell well, the round ones, so we've got to make sure we bale enough of those. Charlie, if you can see, look, Charlie's been round. She's done her spray course, and so she's been round killing some weeds last week. They have been busy. We're heading off with the harrows now. So yesterday we had I had a chap actually get in touch with me about this sphere working kit we've been testing out. I had some thoughts on some of the stuff that was happening behind the scenes, and I sent them some stuff that I thought needed to be improved, and yesterday they got in touch, and we did a load of updates across the system. We did a steering wheel update, we did loads of different updates. I showed you a little bit of that. Quite pleased actually. I've only used it for the first 10 minutes here, and I'll just turn the tractor around. Our biggest complaint was this engagement button. It seems to be better, which is something, isn't it? You know, any slight improvement in anything is always a good improvement. So I'm just going to get turned around here and show you that it locks on a little bit better. But for anybody who's got this kit, get onto your Severe Working people. You have to contact them for the updates. So keep your stuff updated. Just going to get turned around here. We're at a private job, this one. But before you could press that button 2 or 3 times before it engaged, and as you see there, it seems to work. Now I've literally had 10 minutes with it, so once we've done a day on the drill again with it and we learn the system again, but it's definitely different and definitely seems a little bit better. First impressions anyway. So I'll be doing some testing over the next few weeks, and then we'll come back and do a separate video and we'll see how it is, because the curved line feature on there was, as you saw in one of my other videos, it was quite poor to use it. So we'll see. I've got a few little jobs on today where I can use it, so I'm just gonna, you have to sort of learn how these systems work and you have to go with it. So but it definitely, we'll just, when we get to the top here, we'll just turn around. It's only a small paddock we're doing for someone, and we're quite late in the year to be harrowing, but the horses have obviously poached the land a little bit, so we're just doing the lot. We'll come back with the rolls and just roll it all flat for the lady. As you can see behind us, we left some nice straight lovely harrow lines there. I always find it nicer to press the button to disengage it. It just feels a bit nicer. Get ourselves turned around, watch the screen as we come onto the thing, press the button first time. That's exactly how it needed to be. It needs to be like that. It grabs the line and takes itself to it. So that I can see definitely first hand there's an improvement there. So I'm going to be doing a load of behind the scenes testing, and then we'll come back. It's a bit grubby in here because Keithy's been on fertilising, so we'll get the tractor cleaned up. We'll do an end of year review on this steering kit, but they're definitely heading in the right direction with the button there, so well done to them guys. We're just topping the runway again for him. It's growing like mad. It's, when the grass grows like it does this sort of end of the year, you're nearly here twice a week. Once a week for sure, you know. That's the barley in the arable field next door. It's coming on actually. It's grown a lot in the last week. You know, it's not going to break any records here, but there's going to be stuff. You know, there's going to be some here, so it'll be all right. I don't know how Keithy's crops, the stuff Keithy re-drilled, I don't know how that's getting on. We'll go and have a look at that on another video. I don't think we'll have time today. I've got to get back up here with the rolls. We're going to roll this runway while it's still soft. About the weather forecast is looking good. A little bit of rain tomorrow perhaps, but for the outlook looks dry and sunny. So yeah, it's going to go from not busy to very busy. But that's the way it always is. Once the weather is with you, you can start doing some bits. So we're just going to get this runway topped. Got a couple of other jobs I need to get on with this afternoon. Keithy's out mowing. He's already started. So hopefully next video we'll get some drone shots of Keithy going. He'll be at the farm tomorrow mowing that ryegrass. It's really tall. So he'll have a nice bit to mow there. So I don't know. We'll do some guessing of the how many bales there'll be. We'll see on the next video. We've got a load of spares for this topper. They showed up. The old man picked them up actually the other day. Got a new set of blades for it, new wearing plates, new skid plates as well. Farmer's just going to put all new bits on it. They get a hard life. They get absolutely battered at our farm. They get used a lot as well. It's used once or twice a week all through the summer, and they just they just get dragged through absolute carnage. Sometimes you can't help it, but they do get used and abused. So we'll be putting some nice wearing bits on. Would be I don't imagine it'll be until after we finish this first bit of silage, but yeah, it's exciting. Silage coming up. while it's still soft. We're just rolling it down for them. They really appreciate it. You know, the airplanes coming down the land. The smoother it is, the happier the boys are. You got to do it when it's soft. If it's hard, it doesn't do nothing. So it's still pretty supple out there. So it's the last chance, really. It's gonna probably have to get rolled down, and it's looking dry. The outlook looks dry, so yeah, it should do a nice job. Managed to finish all our little jobs for the day. It's getting on. It's R6. Keithy's just in front of me, just finished. He's cut one of the fields down the bottom there, and he's cut the ball paddocks as well. I can see. That's where we're going to leave it for this one. Just got a trailer on. We've got a little bit of repairs to do on the bed there, so yeah, that's tomorrow morning's job. Make sure you like and subscribe. You'll find the Four Winds merch down in the description. Have a look at that. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.